Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today, I want to write a VLC plugin to help me keep track of what TV shows I'm watching. So, we have this TV tracking website, and what I'll do is I'll go here and I'll be like, I'm watching Stranger Things, and I'll go in here and. If I haven't watched this episode yet, I might have like a bookmark lit that I click, and it will like generate a link that will take me to like the Netflix episode of this thing if I have Netflix. Maybe it'll take me somewhere else if I need to get the episode from somewhere else. But I click the button and it injects a bunch of hyperlinks. It's not like part of the site because we kind of want to support injecting arbitrary URLs, which we may or may not want committed to the repository. And this works great if I'm like watching things online. But sometimes I might be watching a TV show where maybe I have, a DVD rip of this thing from a perfectly legally purchased DVD that I've perfectly legally backed up onto my computer. And in that case, like, I'm less likely to start from this interface from our TV tracker, and I'm more likely to like browse my file system and go to a file on it and click on it. And then what happens is I go into a folder that has content that looks like this, maybe something along these lines. We don't really know, where these file names came from, but if I were to, look at a a list of file names, that are from somewhere, who knows where, maybe they aren't even real files, right? But, say there was a folder that was full of files that looked like this. I'm back. I open this folder and I'm like, I don't really remember which episode I was on because there are no like nice episode titles in here. And also when I watch them, there's no like, it doesn't automatically update this. And so what happens is like, I watched like 4 episodes before and I like forget which ones I watched and I don't have them updated here or here because I wasn't watching them from this. And I wasn't watching them and like, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't tracking it. So I want, when I watch episodes this way, one, to retrieve the information of what episodes I've watched so that I can just kind of right click the folder and go like watch this show and it will like automatically open the right one. And then also I want to keep track in the database which episodes I've watched. So the past couple days, we've been kind of like exploring the idea of writing a VLC plugin. There's this like wiki page on the Videolan wiki. And on here, they talk about an example module. So this module that they have here just says hello when you open it. And if you like copy paste this somewhere and you compile it with the right command line arguments, this stuff basically, we say like, hey, make me a shared object, name it lib_hello_plugin. There's like a special naming scheme that they want. You say, I can compile with whatever standard I want as long as the calling convention is correct. Compile it with, relocatable code because we're a shared module. Give him a module string. This is required for some like VLC stuff. Throw me some package config, get me the flags that you want to write a VLC plugin. And then if I compile that thing, I have a plugin here, libhelloplugin.so. And if I run VLC, like this, where I say, hey, look in the current folder for some extra plugins. This plugin that we wrote says hello world. And if I close VLC, he will say goodbye world. Wonderful. So we have an example of like something that injects behavior into VLC. We also found an example in the actual VLC codebase of some dbus module. So this module like exposes over dbus. If I like open VLC again. Hold on. VLC downloads Big Buck Bunny. In here, if we go qdbus grep VLC and we look at like what this guy provides, we can kind of like look at this dbus interface. He has stuff on him like a property, like a readable string of the title somewhere. I think we saw the title. Property, playback stats metadata here, maybe. So if we call this, like this, he will give us things like, hey, you are playing this file, and this is how long it is, and this is how far into it you are, right? So we have an example of a plugin that VLC has written and is embedded in their own thing that looks at information that we would need to do this tracking, and uses it to expose that information over dbus. So we should be able to do something that's very similar to this dbus plugin, but a lot simpler, and say, hey, we want to register ourselves to VLC as like an extra interface, right? And that extra interface is going to monitor for what files we're playing. He's going to then try to compare those with the TV shows that we know we're watching. He might try to extract like episode names or something. And then he will update the tracker, and then maybe he will like modify the playlist state as well. All of these things are like things it could do. So plan of action is to, first of all, I know that for like JSON parsing and stuff for my messages from the server, I would prefer to be in Zig land. Also, I just prefer to be in Zig land in general. So I think first step thing I want to do is figure out if we can like inject a Zig, like compile this thing with Zig, and like, how do I say this? Like, yeah, basically get a module that like we hook up to VLC, but also like does some Zig stuff so that we can do all of like our core logic in there. Then extract the current file in time, get the show list from our server, and then do some sort of like intelligent match, and then set the watch status. Should be pretty simple. We'll probably get stuck somewhere, but we'll see how it goes. Will we be having fun the wrong way later? I hope so, but if we don't get far enough on this, then I'm willing to stay on this and not do Advent of Code till tomorrow. We'll just kind of see how it goes. We'll feel it out. We will feel it out. Okay, so we know that we have all of these things that we have to do. Oh my god, hold on. We know that this is the command that we're running to compile our plugin. So I think if we want to get Zig in there, the first thing to do is just match this in like a Zig build, I think. I also think that we probably need a shell in here that has Zig in it, which I don't think we have right now. So hold on, let's just maybe do this. Update our shell and look at, you know, another example of where we have Zig in here. Okay, so we usually do this. Let packages unstable is this, and then we throw in an unstable ZLS and unstable Zig in here. Something like this. All right, and okay, let's kind of see if we can mirror this guy in some way. So I know that Zig has support for package config built into its thing somewhere. So I think we should be able to, I think we just ask to say that we are like a VLC library, VLC plugin library. I think that should do what we want. So if we do like add library, linkage, share, dynamic, we're looking for root module is something. I think target we want, for now I'm just gonna do this because I'm lazy. Fix me proper arguments. And then I think we can say this is like hello plugin, something like this. And then we can be like install artifact lib. And then I think here we want to like be root module, nope, lib root module, add C source file. File is, you know, whatever, local, it's plugin.c, I think. Something like this. This probably won't compile yet, but we'll see. Yeah, so we need to link libc probably. And then he's mad about missing headers and stuff. So I think if we do this, VLC plugin, I think that this should, like, force it to pull in with package config all of the like linker flags and stuff that we want from here, I think. Yeah, we're close. We're just missing the define for module string now. So can we do like lib add c define? Like how do you add c defines to this? Add what does this thing do when he pulls in like package config stuff? He's got to be able to add define somehow. Options maybe? No. Flags here. Add C source file flags. Module. What was it? Module string hello. Probably something like this. Oopsies. Make. Flags. No. Whoa. What's it pissed about? Zig build. No such file or directory. Hold on. Oh, I forgot -d here. Okay. Okay. So we have this guy now, and if we run VLC now with that plugin of zig out lib, does it work? We see hello world, which is good, and then let's modify this thing just to make sure. So hello ASDF ASDF, let's just make sure that if we see that, everything is still good. Hello, ASDF, ASDF world. Okay, great. So now we have this thing built with Zig, and now what we want to do is throw in a like Zig import into this thing, right? So in here, can we do something like call like, you know, Zig hello. Let's just do this. And we will have a function void Zig hello, void like this. Extern, is that how you... I think maybe just like this, right? And then he's gonna be like, I can't fucking find that thing. He should. Hello? Why is he not mad? What am I missing here? This should not link. Oh, maybe it will fail when we try to run it. Yeah. Interesting. Maybe because, can we look at like the symbol table here? Yeah, so he's got an undefined reference to Zig hello, so we need to fix that. So I think here, can we do like add file? I guess, can we add like a root source file here? Plug in Zig maybe? And then in here, can we do like Zig hello? And here, can we go like hello world? Hello from Zig? Is this allowed? Like, how does this work? I actually don't know. But let's try it. He's seg faulting, which is interesting. I think we've seen this before, where we're like, we have to like maybe explicitly initialize the Zig runtime or something. I'm not 100% on this. Let's see where it's crashing. Yeah, so he's in Zig hello now, and he is like, yo, like, I'm trying to call into Zig stuff and it's like not there. I seem to remember there being something about this where when you DL open a Zig library, it's doing some like wacky shit. Where did we see this? Where did we see this? It was... I remember it being something about maybe like if we have to use LLVM. I remember it being something like that was helped. Yeah, interesting. So it might be with the debug, uh, how do you call this? Like the Zig debug backend, the code gen doesn't properly initialize standard library when it's like DL opened from somewhere or something. Why are you trying to call Zig from C instead of calling the VLC stuff from Zig directly? Because I, from experience, think that it will be easier to call the VLC stuff from Z. That's how, like, just my gut feel here, right? Because it just means that, like, I know that VLC is passing me a bunch of these, like, complex structures that we are going to want to, like, introspect in some way. And I know that, like, the Zig C interop is not, like, 100%. There are some things that it doesn't support, like bit fields and stuff. And so... also, there are like some macros that we might want to be using in VLC land to like extract some stuff. And so it's just like all of that stuff is more likely to work if we're in the right language. And in reality, the glue between C and Zig is going to be quite minimal, right? The information that we need to get from VLC is quite small. It's like the title of the file and maybe a little bit of playlist info and a little bit of like where we are. And so it's just easier in my mind to kind of pipe that stuff from C to Zig than to try to like coalesce it in Zig going back through C, if that makes sense. Okay, this is a Zig standard library does not seem to initialize correctly with DL open with self-hosted backend. Okay, but otherwise, this is looking pretty good. So now we have Zig ability to do Zig stuff, which is where we'll do all of the like name matching, all of the like retrieval of stuff from our web server, etc., etc. And we'll probably like inject stuff in there. But before we do that, let's figure out how to get the current file and time, which I think that we got a little bit towards yesterday. We kind of were exploring what this VLC interface looks like. We can like do a quick top to bottom of this hello world at least. So this is kind of like the magic in here is he kind of like specifies a bunch of stuff, presumably by like setting stuff in some linker section of the library. I'm not really sure where this goes, but basically like VLC can introspect this when it opens the library. He can go like, hey, what is, tell me what this module is. And the key here is we say, hey, we are an interface extension. And when you open me, call open, and when you close me, call close. And by the way, I'm an interface, and here are like some options that I might have for this thing, right? Then on open, he basically like casts the object that comes in as like an interface thing, because he knows via this set capability that this object is an interface thread T. And if you like look at the like definition of these guys, they're basically like, you know, VLC object T has VLC common members, and then interface thread T also has VLC common members, but then a bunch of stuff after, right? So they're like, it technically can be used as an object T, but it's also safe to cast them like this. It's kind of like some like C inheritance bullshit. In here, they allocate some state for themselves, right? So here they're saying, hey, who am I talking to? And he assigns that here by calling this var inherit string. I don't really know what that does. Then he prints hello. Great. When he closes, he probably frees both of these things. So it seems like this inherit string makes a copy of this thing, right, based off this, and we have to free our internal state. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So we want to kind of use the dbus thing as an example, right? We saw this yesterday. It was like control dbus in here. I think that's what we saw. And in here, we might want to look at how he gets information like, say, the current file name. So we know that we could call this metadata function here, org mprs2 media player 2 metadata. So I think this is kind of our entry point here. Can we look for metadata? Boom. Okay. So looks like this is in a process events thing where he's looking for on signal item current. He is looking, he's saying, hey, I changed my track. And it looks like he gets the item here. Which we did look at this a little bit yesterday, so we have like a bit of a feel. And then if I remember correctly, this get item thing has like, I think the p item input item t. I think this guy has a bunch of metadata on him, like who he is here. So let's start with that. So they call get item. They call current. From the interface, they get the current input. From the current input, they get an item. And then on here, do they have to like free this stuff? They have psys p input. Do they? It does look like they have to free this thing, right? VLC object release. And then if I remember correctly, also, you can like get notified for when the current input changes. Yeah. So here on interface event, they have input callback. And I think, was it input changed? We were looking at these events yesterday as well. Plug in back. What were we hooking into when we were looking at this? Input current, right. So when we can register for a playlist, we can ask a playlist, hey, tell me when your current input changes, and then we can like look at that thing. I think that's what we want to do. Okay. So let's do something like this. And then presumably, does var add callback like change something? Or like, how do I say this? Yeah, we have to call del callback eventually as well, probably, right? So in here, we must have, I guess we kind of know that we have one interface that we want to delete callback on. I don't know if like playlists change over time. We might have to change that as well. But for now, let's just try this. Does PL get, do we need to call like PL release or something? Can we look for examples of them calling PL get in here? So we have a P playlist here that he assigns to this guy. P sys P playlist. So presumably somewhere, does he free this guy? No, it looks kind of like on close in the dbus example. He just says, hey, I have mpsys P playlist. Great. And I'm going to do some stuff. I'm going to delete all of the callbacks I hooked up to that guy, but I'm not going to free the playlist itself. So it looks like that's safe. So here it's like var del callback. And is it just the same fucking arguments or what? What do they do in this? It looks like it, right? Looks like it's just the inverse of add callback. Okay, cool. So we want some sort of on input change function who should look like what? Can we look at the dbus example? So when they call add callback here, they have this guy somewhere. And let's copy that here. So here we're trying to say on input change or something. And we want to say we passed in the interface is this guy, and then maybe we want playlist here. I'm not sure. Okay, but maybe we extract the playlist from the interface, and then here we should be able to do something that's just like, I don't know, man. What am I trying to do? We're trying to. Was it play? It was get an item from the playlist, right? Item. Oh no, it's item is equal to input get item from input, which means that we need an input which is pl current input of interface. And then I don't know what like the threading model is here. Like, do we have to lock something? It looks kind of like they don't bother unless they have like a lock held somewhere higher up here. They do have psyslock, but this is kind of like my own data, not like their data. So I think that we can probably assume that it's okay for us to access this stuff. I think. I'm going to make that assumption for now. And then what does this guy return? Input thread T. Okay. And then we did see that we have to like free this thing, right? Because he assigns this to mpsys here, and then he calls VLC object release on this thing. And then I don't know if it's okay, like, oh yeah, here he says you must do this. Okay. And then I don't know if we're allowed to like hold this for a long time. I guess every time the input changes, it's probably different, but we'll call this function every time that happens. So maybe that's fine. But I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so can we input here? And then this guy, we have input get item, which is probably coming from VLC input. I think input get item. What is p item here? P item is an input item T. Okay. You have to keep a reference to the input or until input item T. So do they release this as well, right? No, this is input. What about item? I don't see evidence of them freeing this thing. Oh, they have this here. P sys P input. Okay, so they do for this thing. No, wait. Input and item are different. Fuck. So I think item is held in input. I think. Right? Because they're not like stashing this anywhere. So I think it's okay. What are you doing, step pieces? Thank you. So I think it's okay. And then this guy had the name, right? Yeah. So can we do like a little print or message info, maybe? Print the name of this guy. He's mad because Del callback is mad. We don't have playlist T. Okay. What else is he pissed about here? Lots. He's pissed about all sorts of shit. Holy hell. Yeah, Avril Lavigne's got it right. She's like, why you gotta make things so complicated? As we're looking at like this shit. You're right, Avril. You're so right. Jesus Christ. Okay, I assume, okay, let's just make sure that this isn't related to, like, any of the stuff we're doing. So can we maybe, just comment out a bunch of shit here? Okay, so that's fine. So let's just start uncommenting shit and seeing where the absolute shit shows come in. Here. Uh, maybe we forgot a pointer here? Can we look at our example? VLC object release. He's calling this on psys p input. So psys is what? Interface sys t. Okay. And this is defined here, where he's got all of his state. Okay. And in here we have what it's input. Input thread t star is p input. Okay. Okay, so it should work, no? On input thread t. Wait. Yeah, input thread t star. Input thread t star. Yeah, what's the problem? Could be like a standard lib, like which GCC version we're using here or whatever, like our standard. Can we set the C standard here? How do we in Zigland, like, can we see what he's fucking calling here? Um, yeah, I feel like there's gotta be somewhere in here where we set like the C standard. C standard goes in flags, you think? Like for the file, or is there somewhere I can set like library-wide flags? I assume in here it's like flags goes somewhere. This is for package config. Just link to .o file. No, no. Maybe it's in the module. We have C source files with flags here. Interesting. C macros, not quite. All right, I guess we'll just try setting the standard here. This is what we had in our other thing. Still mad. I guess it's unclear. Okay. Due to L value conversion of the controlling expression, association of type construct VLC com members will never be selected because it is qualified. What the fuck does that mean? So he's expanding this like var set check macro, which is probably doing this like VLC object cast thing. And this VLC object cast thing is probably, yeah, he's probably pissed here, right? Due to L value conversion of the controlling expression, association of type construct will never be selected because it's qualified. What does this mean? I wonder if we can't compile this with Clang. Like, if we take our compile script that we had working before and we replace this with Clang. Oh, we don't have Clang installed. What if we do zig cc? Okay, so that's a good clue. That is a good clue. We could just like directly call GCC. Wait, are these all warnings? 3 errors. What are the actual errors? Oh. Wait. Maybe all of those warnings are fine. Maybe we're getting thrown. Hold on. Maybe the problem was actually my message info in here. Ah. Okay. Wait, then what's the problem? Wait, it's related to this. Oh. I have to log this thing to an interface. There we go, we're so back. Zig build. Okay. So, do we see this thing happening? On input change. Oh, this is commented out? Okay, well now we can bring back all that shit we commented out. Perfect. And do we see something about hello interface, big buck money? We're so back. Okay. So let's pump this over to the Zig side now. So what we actually want to do instead of logging this thing is we want to like have some sort of like Zig interface for this thing. Punt to Zig. Right, so in our this guy, we're gonna have some sort of plugin, right? And in here, we're gonna have like I don't know what yet. But at the very least, we want to feed this guy the file name, and he's going to want to compare that with file names that he's gotten, right? So we're probably going to want to do like plugin init here, who's going to return a plugin probably, right? And can we do like Zig plugin init or something? I think this is fine. Zig plugin d init. You know, something like this. I guess technically it's better if this guy comes back as a C pointer. I think it's something like this. Maybe it's fine to do it like this, actually. And so this guy's going to what? We're gonna have some sort of like allocator that we use for this guy, I guess. Where does the allocator live? Because, like, usually you have, like, you know, var GPA is stood heap general purpose allocator or something, right? But this guy, like, we don't have, like, a root stack to sit on that's gonna be here forever. This guy has to, like, live somewhere. But I guess maybe it's like this. We can just make this thing a global. There's nothing really stopping us from doing that, right? And so I guess here we're like, I guess it's nice to put this in like a global struct here just so that it's clear what's happening. So create, catch, return null, probably. And then this guy is gonna be like this, boom, like that. And then here it's like global GPA allocator free plugin, like this. Destroy, like this actually. And then here we probably want to do global, like it might be better to do like this. So they're undefined on start. Here we initialize the GPA, and then here we free it. You know what I mean? That's probably the way. And then that way we can like init and then deinit the plugin multiple times without it being a problem. Then we're gonna have like set current file name. So this is a null set null terminated U8 string. And we're gonna set this on the plugin, right? Yeah. And we're gonna be like, we just set the name. And I guess by default, he's like this. And I guess we probably want to do something like this, where we copy it out, because we don't know what's going to happen, you know? So I think maybe it makes more sense to kind of have, like, this. Maybe this guy has an allocator, maybe not. Maybe it's like this. I don't really know. I don't know. We're feeling it out. I don't know the best way to set this stuff. So here we have like, if we have a name, I guess we can just do alloc free self name, because if you pass in an empty string to this free, it does nothing, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And then we can do like self name is like alloc dupe. Like this. Okay. Bing, bang, boom. And then here we have plugin set name name, which should make everything easy. He doesn't like this, because I think that since it's an exported thing, he has to be kind of more like this. And I think this guy needs to return like a cint, right? So here it's like, if we have an error, I guess we log it. Failed to set name, like this. And then return -1. Return 0. Okay, close. This guy is mad because I think you have to convert this into a proper zig span like this or something. What's he pissed about now? We forgot an allocator. Something like this. He's mad in deinit. Why? Oh, because this thing could be null. If plugin p destroy p. There we go. Okay, so now in the C side, we should be able to have struct plugin zig plugin or something. And we can say that we have like, we get one of these when we call zig plugin init with void. We have to be careful to make sure that we get these the same. And then we have dinit, who returns void, or I think it's void. Yep, and takes in a plugin. Okay, this is dinit. Okay, and then what was the other function? It was set current file. So this is int set current file with plugin zig plugin star and const char star. Okay. So now here we call zig plugin set current file with I think we do this. Not sure. Not sure. P sys here. I guess here it needs to be like this. Okay. And then that means that when we initialize this thing, we need sys zig plugin is zig plugin init. If this is null, we freak the fuck out. Failed to allocate zig plugin. Go to error. Okay, and then on close, we have to free this thing, right? So it's like zig plugin d init sys zig plugin. Bang, bang, boom. Easy fucking peasy. Easy peasy. Okay. So, and then can we also have it so that in Zigland, we like at least log this is happening? Sud log info updated name with this guy. And then like eventually we will how do I say this? Eventually we will hook up the Zig logger to the VLC logger, but for now we're chilling. Info, updated name, Big Buck Bunny, wonderful. We are seg faulting at the end though, that's not good. Let's just see what's going on there. What is going on there? Boom. On input get item, on input change, right? So we probably have to null check there, right? We probably have to null check there. Go to out. Probably something like that. Still, huh? Oh, because input's bad. If input, go to no input. Sure, fuck it. Fuck it, you know? Bum, 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 bum. And then here we have a leak because in our Zig plugin side, this guy needs a deinit here. Right? And he needs to free this guy. Boom, boom, boom. And then on our deinit here, we need to call p deinit like this. Okay, this is not the most beautiful, but it'll do for now. It'll do for now. Boom, boom, boom. Looks like for the most part, everyone's happy. I like how GDB is logging like 100 thread exits. What the fuck are we doing, VLC? Okay, so we have punted our shit over to Zigland, and now we can start doing things like trying to retrieve our show list. So, we, on our TV tracker, when I go to shows, there is a network request somewhere that must ask for all the shows. Shows. Here we go. So this is going to localhost 888 shows. And this is an HTTP request. So this guy, I mean, ideally this probably doesn't happen on the main thread, but for now we will do it on the main thread because I'm a lazy piece of shit. But probably a thread should be somewhere. But for now, we will open up a, does this HTTP, HTTPS? I haven't done HTTP since the new Zig interfaces, but I guess it should be hopefully pretty straightforward. Stood net TCP connect to address. Probably something like this. Is it stood IONET now? Not yet. Not till 016, 16, I think. Okay. So I guess here, can we do something that's like, maybe we have a plugin in it now? Maybe? I don't know. I haven't really figured it out yet. And then maybe in here we have stdnet TCP connect to address localhost 8888. Okay, this gives me a stream. And then we have stood HTTP. How do we throw a little request client, I guess? Oh, we have just connect like this. Oh, nice. So this gives me back a connection. Wait, this is not a, this takes a client. How do I make a client? Init? Okay. And he's looking for an arena? Okay. So I assume that this guy now is like leaking memory. If they're calling it arena, that means they're like, they must be down to just leaky, right? Oh, no, wait, but this is also already taking a client. Hold on. Do I just need to set allocator here? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like I'm actually supposed to be doing like allocator is alloc. I don't know. And then we can connect to localhost 8888 plain. And does this give me a connection or what? Something like this? Then can I call like get on this thing? Like what happens next? This gives me a connection. And then this guy. Host destroy writer. HTTP protocol from client to the server. And this is an IO writer? Okay. Then can I like, how do I like post a method get here? Is there like a fetch? Oh, fetch here. So we have fetch on the client where we have fetch options, presumably. Okay. Ah, here we go. Okay, so what goes in here? So we want the response writer here. And then does this guy like fetch result goes here? Do I need to like free anything? Doesn't look like it, right? He just returns the result, which gives me status. Okay. Cool. Wait, but doesn't this guy need to know where he's going? Like, maybe I'm supposed to connect to this guy already? Like, where? Location here. I see. Location. Okay. And then how do I make one of these? I guess I want to go to a URL. I don't know, maybe like this. And then we want to send the result somewhere. So this is a IO writer allocating, I guess. So this is the show list. And then I think actually, like, you could do this in a way where if you had like a pipe writer, which I think the standard library doesn't have, then you could feed this directly to the JSON parser. But for now, we'll just buffer the whole thing. It's fine. Interface? I don't remember how to fucking do this. And I've waited for so long. Stacy, can't you see? All right, something like this. If res status is not equal to okay, return error show list. You can open a pipe and get a writer to that? No, pipes are just file descriptors, right? I mean, like, yeah, you could do that, but I mean, like, you should be able to. There should be. I would think. I think it's just not there yet, but I think there should be something where you have like a std IO reader, and like that is like comes from a std IO writer. You know what I mean? I have something like this. Yeah. This is what I'm doing right now. But I'm saying like you should be able to do it without the allocating writer, right? You should be able to like incrementally get the body and feed it somewhere. Unless like there's like a reading end from this. Like this guy, you kind of want like some sort of like circular buffer where you can have like a reader and writer connected to the same buffer. You know what I mean? But it's fine. But I think something like that should exist, and I don't know where it is, or it doesn't exist yet. Last time I looked. Which is fine. Is this right? Show list interface. This guy returns an allocating who's got writer. It's called writer here. Okay. And then can we just do a little show list is this? Do you put publish your files? Nope. No, I did not. URL and resource shouldn't be params. I don't know yet. Probably eventually. But for now, we'll just hard code it because I don't give a fuck. I think it's like this. This is how I get what I want. I don't know, man. It'll get mad if we get it wrong. Oh, I think we didn't call this anywhere, so we should fix that. So instead of this, it's like init here. And then this guy needs to return like this for everything to kind of work out. I guess this can't fail. Okay. Client needs to be variable. Probably we need to de-init this guy, right? Yeah. This guy needs to be variable as well. I guess here we have to do something that's like something like that. Okay. Nice. We got our little show list. We can tell because that looks like a bunch of shows dumped to the screen, which is beautiful. So now we should be able to do something like what is in this thing? All we care about is name, right? And ID probably. I think it's probably like this, right? So we want to do std JSON parse from slice I don't know yet. So we're getting a bunch of shows here. From show list writer buffered, and Ignore unknown fields is fine. And then this gives us a parsed T. So can we give, like, shows is one of these. And then here we say this, boom, easy peasy. Easy. Maybe a try here. Okay. Huge. He's mad though about something. I guess we should log the error, huh? If this fails. So we are it must be that the parse is failing, right? And then we're probably also segfaulting because we're handling this wrong. But failed to init plugin eat with this thing. And if error return trace, let's log that too. What are we doing wrong? So C is wrapper and the plugin is effectively written in C. Zig, that's what we're trying to go for, yeah. Unexpected token. Did I get this wrong? Oh, it's a dictionary. Oh, it's a dictionary, eh? I see. Do they have those? Stood JSON. Like, they must, right? Object map, maybe? Which I don't really want. So we're gonna do this. We are going to... For now, let's just see if this parses correctly if we do it like this. Is this right? Stood JSON. What is in value? Value has object of object map. Great. And then object map doesn't have, like... It's fine. Okay. I think it's like this. So then we can go like for shows. I guess we want like shows. I don't know what's happening here. Why aren't we auto-completing? This is just an array hash map. I see. So can I iterate over like iter values probably? Values is shows values. While values next, we have value. And can we do like a std debug print here? Let's just kind of get somewhere. String array hash map to value. Yeah, wait, so what's that seems fine. What the fuck is he pissed about? I guess maybe I'm not allowed to parse to this thing? Array hash map? Maybe he wants this? I'm not really sure what he wants. Okay, that's closer. Okay. Then what does this return? He returns like a parsed, which has value in here. Um, no field values? What is it then? Oh, this is like its own thing. Oh, so we want to look at the inner map, I guess. What a cool API. And then here we have 4 values. Okay, there we go. Nice, nice. That parsed. Okay, so I guess we can actually leave this the way it was. This can be a std JSON parsed. Std JSON array hash map of show. This is fine by me because the data is kind of like in the format that we want in there somewhere. And so copying it again is like, you know, unnecessary. Okay, which means that here we have shows dnit here. And then when we set the name, what we want to do is we want to iterate over all the names and figure out which one it's most like. We do have a leaky somewhere, which is interesting. Yeah, it's oh, I guess we didn't defer show list. We need to dnit this guy, and then this guy needs to copy. So because the data that he's parsing from will disappear. Okay. Okay. There we go. Nobody is mad. Sick. Okay, so now the trick here is to, when we set the name, try to match it. So we've done something like this before. There's this guy, Myers. Myers diff. This guy is, when you type get diff, this is essentially what's being used. Where's the paper? Myers, here we go, this guy. This guy. And the trick is, essentially, if you are trying to find, like the difference between the strings hello, let's do something like hello, and something like hi, what has like common letters in here? Maybe Milo? Basically, to get from this string to this string, you can like represent these guys. You can like convert this into like a graph search problem where you kind of start up here, and every time you move right, you're like taking a letter from the original string, or deleting, sorry, you're deleting a letter from the original string, and every time you move down, you are adding a value from the destination string, right? So if you were to go this, if you were to kind of navigate like this would be like delete all of the letters from hello and then add all the letters from hi Milo. Now there's a trick here where any time where the source, like the source and destination are the same, you can like traverse diagonally, right? So in reality, you would probably do something like this, right? So you kind of go here, this is like, you take, they match, delete the E, probably delete, maybe add like the I and the M. Well, there's an, yeah, add the I and the M, then the I again, then the L's kind of like match up, so you can kind of take one, delete the second L, and then take the matching L and O, right? So you kind of have like a grid here where all of your points are like, delete the things on the right, when moving right, add things when adding down. And then what you do here is you basically do like a breadth first search of this space, right? So you can kind of like imagine that you create your grid here. Doot 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 doot. And your breadth first search is basically like you have everything is connected horizontally and vertically, and then you add your diagonal connections like this. So any time where your source and destination match, you add a diagonal. So I think those are all of them. And then you basically just do like a breadth first search on here, and that tells you the path that you took when you find the end, tells you your edit sequence. And so if we want to say, I am watching a show called Stranger Things SO4 EO1 1080p WebRip X265 RARBG.mp4, and I'm trying to match it against the show title of Stranger Things, there is an edit sequence in here that is like very similar. Now, these file names are like way too long, so we probably want to do something like, you probably want to do something like, either you could like strip out common parts of this thing. Oh no, you don't want to do that. You probably, maybe you try to look for, you probably do substrings of this or something, where like you limit the length of this. Like a lot of this stuff is like in not useful information. So there's probably something where you probably try to match the lengths of the file name. You like truncate the file name to match the show name that you're comparing against, and then you probably do like a string comparison for every substring in there or something. But anyways, let's start by doing this. And then we can figure out how we're gonna do like proper matching later. But let's do like a little diff in here. And okay, there's a few things here. So this paper talks about like a kind of more intelligent algorithm than this. But keep in mind that whatever he's doing is essentially like, we're doing a breadth first search. We're a breadth first search where diagonals have zero cost. That's another thing that we forgot to mention in here, right? So anytime you see like, if you get to here, you're at the end because these diagonals are free. And so they kind of like do this thing where they kind of know that you're like always walking, like because you're always walking down to the right, you kind of can walk in like these diagonal steps. And then because of that, you can kind of really limit the amount of like storage that you need to do. And then you can do stuff like intelligently keep data such that you can backtrack at the end to find the path versus just like the edit sequence. But we can kind of, I think, for our use case, I think that the strings will always be short enough that we can kind of just ignore all of the intelligent parts of this and just do a breadth first search like the stupid way and kind of improve that later, I think. I don't know yet. So I don't really know what I'm doing here. We probably have like, buff is going to be some sort of circular buffer. I kind of want our standard library. I kind of want to start pulling in stud shit. Get submodule, add, get stud. And then can we do quick little modification here to pull from the adjacent folder, and then in our build zig, can we say like lib at, I guess we need like a dependency in here. B dependency stud like this, and then I guess that means that we need like stud mod is stud dep module stud, and then in here can we do like lib add import or add module root module add import. There we go. Like this, and then this guy's gonna be pissed off because we don't have our dependencies set up. This guy's gonna be like, yo, you need to put some stuff in here. He's like, hit me with name. This is a TV tracker plugin or something. And I think the name is an enum, which is kind of funny. He's looking for fingerprint, so he's like, throw this shit in there. We need version. We need fingerprint is this. We need paths, which is a list of paths. We have plugin C, we got plugin zig, we got stud. We're using all of this shit. Now we need dependencies in here. And we have a stud is from path of stud. Okay, good news. The build is taking a long time, which means that we probably did something semi-reasonable. And now we can go into our little Zig plugin, and I think it's in here. Yeah, we have a circular buffer, and we'll make these of type node, I guess. Like, yeah, probably node. And in here, I guess we store our X and Y position on the graph. So this is like this. We have B pause, U size. And why is he mad? Because this is between shit, okay. And I guess I think we have to start off the graph. Right? We need to start here where we haven't taken either yet. But we'll just note that the positions are -1 from the position in the string. Something like this. And then when we initialize this thing, we have, you know, our two strings that we're comparing. And what are we doing here? We do something like A is A, B is B, and then we have to make our circular buffer here. Probably like max buff size here we probably want to set somehow. Because I think that this guy do we want to allocate here? Maybe we just take in the buff here. That's fine. We'll do this. We'll do this. Buff is alloc. I guess this is like max BFS depth or something. Width. Something like this. Haven't really figured it out yet. We're just typing and we're gonna see where we show up. Next, create the same plugin for MPV. No. Okay, and then we're gonna have some sort of like dnit, I guess, because we're actually using a general purpose allocator for once in our fucking lives. So here we're gonna be like self buff alloc free this guy. And we're gonna have a step function who's probably gonna return if he's finished or not. So probably it's like if we're probably gonna do what? Like we are gonna take the node that we're at. Okay. And what are we gonna do here? It's like we look at where we are, so I guess this is kind of next. If we call these next, then it makes it really clear that it's like while A at node, I guess we take this as a variable, and we're saying like, well, A at node next A pause is equal to B at node next B pause. This means that like the diagonal is walkable, right? So here we just go like node next a pause plus equals 1 and next b pause plus equals 1. And then I guess if node next, I guess here we need to check if we're out of range, right? So next node next a pause is less than self a len, and this node next b pause less than b len, and this we can kind of walk diagonally down the list. And then it's like if next a pause is equal to a len and next b pause is equal to self b len, we're donezo, right? Something like that. We probably want to track where we came from in this thing. Maybe I haven't really figured that part out yet. Maybe not. Maybe we just have like kind of like the count here, like steps taken, because we don't actually care about the edit sequence. We only care about how many steps we took to get there. Probably. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. Don't ask me. Then if we have not returned, then I think we push like the two options, right? Whether or not we walk left or right. Yeah. So it's like if node next a pause is less than a len minus 1, I think, we push, you know, node. I think that we actually assume. Do we do this first? Maybe we do. Maybe we do. Because we start kind of in the corner. We need to consume that first step. So I think we start here, yeah. So here we do a next a pause is node next a pause plus 1. B is wherever we already were, no movement, and steps taken is steps taken plus 1. And then we can kind of do the same thing with B here. Right? Where this is like this is like this. And then I think that's kind of it, right? So we have like a circular buffer, we're pushing steps in, we kind of consume as we go, and maybe. And I guess here, can we stash like, you know, output? We'll just kind of say output is node here for now. And let's write some tests here. I'm not really sure if this will work. It probably won't, but let's just start. So, I guess let's do like edit distance or something. And can we do something like var diff is diff init? We need an allocator in here. And let's say max BFS width. Like this. We're gonna do something like defer diff dinit, boom, and while diff step, we can introspect this if we want later, but for now we just run it, and then we return diff node steps taken. And if we are trying to go from how hello world, or to, what was it? Hello to hi Milo. So we are expecting to keep the H. We need to delete the E, add the I, add the space. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the LO stays the same, but with another deletion of an L. So 5? I think we're expecting 5. I think. We'll see. What is iterator for? We are calculating how far names are from other, like, we're comparing file names, essentially. I think this is right. I think. Zig test plugin? Zig? How's that looking? Expecting 4 arguments, found 5. No module name stud. Fine. We'll fucking build the test. You fucking ass. Sorry, we shouldn't get so mad. Add test. Target is... Okay, let's actually... Target is B, add standard target options. Opt is B, standard optimize option. And then here we have target and opt. And then here we have target and opt. Optimize like this. Lib tests. Root module is B, create module. Name is plugin test or something. We install this motherfucker, and root source file is this guy. All right. Does that work? Close. We need to say lib test add dependence. Root module add dependency. Add import. There we go. Stud of stud mod. Bing bang boom. Boom 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 boom. We chillin'? Not quite. Because he expected this, found that. Expected. First of all, output is null. But what's mad? What's he pissed about here? Oh, because this needs to be a... This guy. He's like, that was an anonymous struct, you ding dong. This guy needs to be tried because he can allocate, or because he allocates. This guy needs to be failable, so true, which means that this guy is failable. So true. Expected error unit type found that. So wait, what's the problem? Oh. Because step can fail as well, because he's pushing into a fixed size buffer, which might not be big enough. Whoa, no? Oh! Oh, we want push no clobber. My bad. We have one version of this thing, which will, when you push something, it'll just like give you the thing that it kicked out, and we have another one that does not. I guess here we should check. Oh, I think that's fine. Yeah, that seems right. Now he's mad about dinit. He's like, yo, you need to give me your fucking allocator, you dumb fuck. And I'm like, sorry, I didn't mean to be a dumb fuck. No field name node. It's output, maybe? Okay, cool. So it looks like this is never finishing. Oopsies. It's because we went backwards. True if we're still going, false if we're finished. What is happening? How can it be infinite looping in both cases? Are we always advancing? Oh, oops, this should be return false. Oh, it's probably because we don't initialize the buffer with our first case. Oopsies. A, B, steps taken is 0. Let's not default initialize this here. All right, okay. Okay, nice. So we are ooming because 10 width was not enough. We'll throw 100 at it. Bucket. Okay, expected 5 found 6. So did we just count wrong? We might have just counted wrong. HELO. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it is 6. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. Okay, let's try going from Stranger Things to maybe Stranger dot things to Stranger Things should be an edit distance of 2, right? Delete the dot, add the space. Delete the dot, add the space. Okay, good sign. Good sign. What about if we're going from Stranger Things, kind of the other way, right? With capitals here. So this should be delete the S, add the S. So that's 2. Then delete the dot, add the dot, 4. Delete the T, add the T, 6. Oh, you love it when it just works, man. You love it when it just fucking works. We could do a lot more testing here, but this is fine for now. And let's try figuring out what has the best match, right? So for shows value map values, here we go. Show. We want to check which show we think this is, right? So we go we look at the current name, and we go what? Edit distance of this to show name. And let's throw like a, we'll let it get real big. And we want to say like, can we stash these all somewhere? What does this return? usize? Yeah. Distance, and we're gonna create however many shows there are. Something like this. Right. Distances. Free distances for now. For shows distances, let's take show distance. And let's just say distance is equal to this. And then can we sort these accordingly? Maybe I don't need to allocate anything for now. Well, it would be nice to print them in order. But I don't know if you can sort like how do I say this? When we do a sort, we'd only be swapping one of we can't like sort 2 arrays at the same time. I don't think that's like an easy thing to do in Zig. or with Zig's like standard sort libraries. So maybe for now we just print. Let's do this. So we'll say show like this has a score of this, and then we can sort. We can post process and sort if we want. Yeah, let's do this. If we fail, we'll just give him a fucking max int. Because we don't want to fucking crashy. And then, can we maybe... let's also do something like... you know, call... What are our stranger... What is our Stranger Things test? ln-s big buck bunny to Stranger Things mauve. There we go. Okay, so now if I zig build and run the plugin, but I play our Stranger Things, we're hoping to see a best score on Stranger Things. That's what we're hoping for. Right, so... he's crashing. Oh, because sometimes he doesn't find an answer for some fucking reason? Output, oh... That's confusing. Return error not found or something? Interesting. Okay. So every single one is max. So our BFS width is like too small probably. And maybe it makes sense for us to throw these into the tests. Yeah, something's wrong. Something is wrong. So can we throw... Let's just like throw this into the test and see what the fuck is going on here. Because something's not right. What is the name of the fucking... Testing this. Clearly we're doing something stupid. Clearly. Also, this is scary how long this is taking as well, but we'll come back to that. I guess we can just do Stranger Things there and just see what the fuck happens. Okay, so we here, so huck 1,000 on there. Out of memory, 10,000? Like, what the fuck? I guess because, like, the name is so long. Out of memory? Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy shit. How is this possible? How is the BFS so deep? We must be hitting some degenerate case. Right? We have to be. Can we do std debug print A, B? Like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, we're probably not checking all of the cases where we've already hit a node. Wow, he really is. Yeah, we probably want to do like a hit list. Um, something like this. Because we're probably just hitting the same nodes over and over and over and over again, which is stupid. Stood auto hash map node pause void init alloc. It probably should be unmanaged. Whatever. Okay. And then here it's like if hit list contains uh probably want to continue here and stick this in a loop. Or I guess it's more like push nodes. And it's like if hit list contains this, if he doesn't contain it, I guess. If he contains it, return. Maybe. And then otherwise we do try self buff push no clobber of the node. And then this is self push node now. Okay. Does that work a little bit better? Oh, we also have to put it in the hit list. Boom. Okay. That should prevent some bullshit. It does seem like we are getting stuck though, right? Like 3312, 3312, 3312. Like what the fuck is going on there? How is that happening? Bow. Um. We should also. Not that this matters, but yeah. How is that possible? How is it possible? Oh, I guess because maybe it should be put in the hit list on push here. Because we maybe like fed like a bunch of the same one in like at the beginning. Like before we ever parsed one, we pushed the same thing like a million times. Nice. Okay, at least we're fucking finishing now. Now, the fact that we're getting to not found is concerning. Because I don't really understand how we're ever getting to the point where the node list is empty without hitting this case where we get to the end, right? So what is my like A length and my B length? This is 126. Wait, is that right? Oh no, sorry. 50. 50 and 15. So we're getting to 49 and 14. Are we off by one here? Yeah, I think we are. We're probably off by one there. Okay, so now we're getting to the end, and the edit distance is 37. Is that right? Also, what is like the width of this thing needed now? Is 1,000 enough still? Yeah, easy. Okay, 37. Do we think that makes sense? Delete all this stuff. So that's 35. And then delete the thing. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That is correct. Okay, so now if we run this thing for real, do we get sane distances? I guess we are printing a lot. So can we not do that? All right, let's try that. Okay. So we are watching Stranger Things, this guy. And we're seeing like a lot of like 50s, 40s in here. Stranger Things has an edit distance of 37. So he is winning. The threshold is shit, but he does win, which is nice. Okay. So I guess for now, we can just look for the minimum. But ideally there's something better. Right? It's like we need to figure out how to extract from this like shit show of a title. This shit show of a title needs a way to subset this thing. I guess for now we can kind of do, I think maybe we find the closest using whatever we're doing here. If distance, like, we kind of find the min, like, closest show is, I guess we take the first show. If show's len is greater than, is, 0, we don't do anything. Now we can kind of look at the first show outside the loop, like this. Right, like this. Then we go for shows 1 onwards, and closest show index, probably like this. If distance is less than closest show dist, we say closest show index is I, and closest show dist is distance. Boom. Easy. And then at the end, we look at shows at closest show index is closest show dist. Just set max, but then it doesn't have a valid index. I didn't want to have like a nulled index, you know what I mean? But I guess, yeah, you could set the index to undefined and it will get hit, sure. But we get Stranger Things here, and now what we want to do is we want to go for like substrings in Stranger Things. We want to find like the smallest edit distance for like every window that we could slide over, right? So like we have show name is this guy, and we kind of want to go like for 0 to like name len saturating sub show name len, I think. So if our name is like long and the like name is this, show name is this, I is in the range of like len minus name len minus 4 0 to this, right? So then we want to compare name from I to I plus namelen. So if show name is longer, sorry, so this is show name, this is like the like retrieved, like closest name or something is maybe a better name for this. So our like file name here is longer. So if the file name is shorter, we'll saturating sub to 0, and this won't happen. So this is only the case where the file name is too fucking long. So if the file name is too fucking long, we test every substring of the file name. Yes. Okay. Yes. And here we pick something here, right? We do something that's like best dist is minimum of this and best dist. And then here we're like best dist usize is std max int best dist, like our usize like this. And then can we print best dist here now? So we're hoping now that we have like a pretty small edit distance here, like maybe on the order of like 6. Oh, does this not return usize? That's annoying. Two. Let's fucking go, dude. Because it's just replacing the dot to a space. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good, right? So now we can do something like we can threshold this, right? And we can say like if you have to like make more than like 10 edits, then it's probably like a bad fucking match, right? Maybe even less, especially if we lowercase both. But like if, you know, if best dist is less than thresh, then matched good, smile. And then I guess we like set this somewhere, right? So in here, we want to, we probably instead of stashing the name, maybe we stash like the show ID or even like the show index. So currently open show index, right? And then here we'll say currently open show index is null here. Otherwise, this is closest show index, like this. Fix me think about threshold more. Is this Levenstein distance on show names? Probably. I think Levenstein distance, we did edit distance, so we did like a breadth first search of the graph that you would need to do like removals and additions to get to the right answer. I think that's Levenstein distance, but I'm not sure. We used like a shitty version of Myers diff. So we gotta do this. We probably should have set a time on this. Match show. And then I guess we need to match the episode name somehow. But I don't know if I want to do that quite yet. I guess we kind of have to, right? How do we do that? We like look for the pattern. We must have to do like a regex or something, which we like. Zig doesn't have like a built-in regex engine. Our regex engine blows fat balls. Maybe we just look for the specific naming scheme of SXXEXX. Maybe. Maybe we do this for now. Um. Um. Sure. Can we do something that's like, I don't know. Get uh get episode num from name. Episode. So we're looking for season episode like this, right? And we're like looking for 0 to name len minus 6. If name I is equal to s and name I plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to e. I guess this can return null because he didn't find it. He looks for we're looking for name I plus 1 to I plus 3 for the season. I guess this is like catch continue. Episode is I plus 3 to I plus 5. Okay. So then we're gonna go current episode. I guess we'll do like current open show like this. This is the show index is a U size and episode is an episode like this. Episode should be bigger. Yeah, this is pretty fucking stupid. This is like really fucking stupid in a lot of ways. Better parsing. Smile. We'll handle that later. We'll handle that later. Okay. Get episode num from name. Or else we'll maybe log. Could not match episode for show this. Maybe that's fine. Maybe this is debug. Maybe sometimes we watch things that aren't shows, which is totally fine. Although here we do think that we're watching a show, right? So I think that this is an error at this point. Okay. I think here we probably set current open show to null up front. You know, just in case. Then here we don't have to do this. It's just like current open show is this. And episode is episode. I guess, and can we just early return? If best dist is greater than thresh, return. Then this is like this. Return here. Okay. Okay, and then can we just print I don't know. S any for current open show like this. Let's just see what we're getting. We are not caching the name anymore. Missing struct field current open show. So true. So true, dude. Unused function parameter when what? Deinitting. So true. Too few arguments, unused local constant. And then who was pissed about too few arguments? In print at 225. True. True. Shows closest show index name. There we go. That's what we're trying to match here. All right. Could not match this. So we fucked this up. So probably S 0, 1, 0. I is this. I plus 1, 2, 3. And then E plus 4, 5, 6. What's the problem? One, 2, 3. Oh, maybe 4 here. And 6 here. My bad. My bad. Probably should have tested. Should have tested, but what you gonna do? Nice, dude. Look at that shit. Look at that shit, dude. We are watching Stranger Things Season 4, Episode 1. This is what it looks like. Big Buck Bunny. This is interesting, by the way. Somebody actually brought this up the other day, that a lot of things have... I'm actually so fucking lost. Is VLC doing this too? How the fuck? I'm sorry. How the fuck? That's so funny. VLC must be doing something intelligent internally as well. Because this isn't based off the show metadata, because the show metadata says it's Big Buck Bunny. Wow, that's crazy. So maybe we should... that's crazy. Maybe we should be hooking into them. But anyways, fix me. What the fuck? VLC somehow knows as well, based off title parsing. Maybe we don't need this at all. But at some point we matched episode now. And so now we need to get the current watch time, watch percentage, right? So I think we found that there is a way to extract the time from a given input. However, you have to like poll it every once in a while. So I think that we found yesterday that there's a VLC timer thing that you can have. So you can have like a VLC timer T here. And we can kind of say, let's initialize that thing somewhere. So it's a VLC timer create on sys timer. And we are going to say, you know, poll time every once in a while. And I think that we are going to poll the time with our interface as the argument to this thing. Okay? Then I guess that means down here, we probably have to do VLC timer destroy somewhere. Right? That makes sense. And maybe no ampersand here. Maybe he just wants it like this. Okay. And then we need a poll time function. So what does this guy want? Something that follows this. So this is poll time. And this is taking in interface. So interface thread T star. Interface is data. And what are we doing here? We are trying to do something similar to what we do on input change, probably, right? So we like get the current input. And then we extract the time from this thing. So do they have, I think it was time. Yeah, so on input, we call var get integer time. And we probably also want the we want like the length of the thing as well, which maybe is something that input gives us. What was it? It was var get integer capital G on input, not on item. So this is probably like an I64. Probably. And then we want to get the what am I looking for? We want like the total time on this thing. So the input item surely has that information just available to us, right? Duration in microseconds is probably this, right? So I duration. So can we do like zig plugin set current time to, we take the plugin and we also give it IPause and we also give it item time, or what was it? Duration, right? Something like this. And so we need to make that function zig plugin set current time. So we take the plugin, we take an int64t of pause and int64t of duration. Okay, cool. And then we should be able to, I don't know what yet. We'll see. So in here, we're gonna have export function returns a C int, takes in a plugin and two I64. So this is I64 here. This is I64 here. This guy is a plugin of plugin like this. And we're gonna do plugin set current time, pause duration like this. This thing is probably failable in some way. And so if this fails, we will return -1. And we'll log an error. Failed to set time because of this. And then we need set current time. Okay, set current time. Pause, duration, I64. If pause is greater than duration times 90 divided by 100, maybe 95%. I don't know how long credits usually are. I guess if we don't have a current open show, we bail the fuck out. There's nothing to do. If this is set, I guess we probably want to check if like shows value. Hello, values, right? If shows at current show index watch status, we probably want the watch status from this thing, right? Which is something that we have, surely. I guess we don't, because I think that we've got like the total show list right now. Right, so we kind of pull in this where we don't have like individual episodes, right? We just have like, we've watched 76 episodes, but we don't know which ones. So probably after we resolve the show, we have to fetch a specific show. So if I open Stranger Things, we have probably like show 193 here. Yeah. So in here, our current open show, we probably want like watched as well, right? And in here, after we set certain episode show, we need to set like the watch status, which means that we need to do a little HTTP client shenanigans. So can we do for now just inline? Fuck everyone. Fuck everything in VLC. We'll just stall. Fetch JSON blob, and we'll go from some URL and we will return some T, probably parsed T, something like this. And this thing probably can fail. Probably something like this, and then this stuff kind of goes in here. Bing, bang, boom. This guy returns T here instead. And then this guy can now call here. All of this goes away. This should be body. Okay. Then this all turns into fetch JSON blob like this. Where was the URL? Here. So fetch JSON blob of this thing from this URL. And then now we can fetch JSON blob down here. Show is like, what does this thing look like? It's whoa, what the fuck? Oh, maybe we want episodes? Ah. So here we went to season episode here. Right. Okay. So we called episodes with where is the hello? Where's the fucking header? Where does it tell me where the fucking URL is? Oh, here. No. Am I stupid? Why can't I see? Oh, here. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. So it's like once we find the episode, we go fetch JSON blob. We want to do something like take this string, slap a number in here, with I don't know yet. Shows at closest show index.id, I guess. And then we are getting a blob of show or episodes. Episode array, probably, from URL with Alec. Okay. I don't know yet. Then I guess like 4 episodes. If what are we looking at? We have episode and season. and e episode is equal to episode. Then I don't know. Something like this. Watch status is equal to this. Of bool, I guess. I guess here we could probably just return like error, no match or something. I don't know yet. Then here we probably break block with e watch status or something. Ooh. Can I show an example of something that has unwatched status in here? So we have watch status of array of watched or watch status of unwatched. Okay, so I guess we have here season episode, and then watch status. I think we'll parse correctly if we do this. Watched and unwatched. I think this will parse correctly. So then we can break block of e watch status. Am I stupid? Hold on. This might not be right. It's an array. Watch status is an array because it might be, we have multiple playthroughs. So this is actually like this. So we want to look at the last watch status. We're probably on the current playthrough as the last playthrough. Probably. I don't know what he's pissed about here, but oh, this is probably value here. Nice. Watch status. Last status is e watch status at e watch status len -1. I guess that means if e watch status len is equal to 0, return error no playthroughs or something. I don't know how to handle that yet. Something like that. I guess it's fine. We'll just continue. And then last status, return last status is equal to watched. Not return, break block. Okay, that feels like something. Okay, so then when we're setting the current time, if if current show watched return, we have nothing to do here. Then we set current show watched is equal to true, and also fucking post to the thing somewhere, but we'll handle that in a second. Marking as watched, smile. Okay. He's pissed off all over the place. Probably forgot, like, I think it was like VLC thread or something. Where did we find this before? VLC threads. And then I think we need to arm the timer somewhere, right? I think. So I think it's like when a thing is opened, we probably do something like this. VLC timer schedule, and this is in microseconds. So every second, go fucking crazy. Go fucking crazy. Okay, we were fucking something up, so let's just comment stuff out, because I know there's like tons of warnings. Oh, maybe it's this one. This one says E. No ampersand here. All of these. Oh wait, incomplete, incomplete. I saw something incomplete. Definition of interface sys T. Oh, because this is fucking C, where the order of stuff matters. Fucking C. Okay, we have a duplicate in plugin. Episode is defined twice. We'll call this episode num here. We've got a values thing somewhere. Map here, dot values. Unused function parameter at 156. Okay, so this should be URL. Unused local constant. True. This is probably, he wants div trunk, because you need to specify how you are handling things on the negative side. And then this guy's mad about shows somewhere. What's this guy pissed about now? This is at 2:38. Why? Oh, IDX. Not IDS. Are we close? This is episode num here as well. Oopies. Now we've got some actual problems. But it's showing all warnings as errors, which is annoying. Which makes it just hard to fucking parse. There's like a billion fucking warnings. All of these L value things are not it. L value, 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 L value. Holy fuck, kill me. Kill me. Oh, label at end of statement is C. Oh, fuck. Too few arguments. Expected 4. We want to be a relative timer. Let's go! Fail to set name unexpected token. So that's probably in the parsing of the response here. Right? Probably. Probably. Can we take out this watch status thing for a second? Because I feel like that's where it's falling over. If I had to guess. No, he actually still doesn't like that. Interesting. So it's like season and episode. SEASON. Episode spelled right, right? Season spelled right. Maybe I'm going to the wrong thing? Can we print here what we got back? Got this. Like, is it just fucked? Is it just fucked? Might be. It might be. No? Okay, so we got... Oh, it's a fucking dictionary again. Yeah, it's a fucking dictionary again. God damn it. Stood, JSON. What did we use last time? Array hash map. And I just want you to know. Okay, so he's not mad there anymore. Huge for us. Then can we bring back the watch status? I used to be. Okay, huge. That also. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, he doesn't like this. Okay, so I think that this watch status thing doesn't parse correctly. So can we just do this as a stood JSON value for a second? And then we'll kind of pull it out manually. Yeah, so that's fine. That works. And so here we have to just get a little bit cleverer. So here we need to look at, we have E. Hello? For episodes.value. Oh. Episodes array is episodes value map values. There we go. And then in here, we need to look at, I guess this thing is okay to be an array here. Then we're looking for, like, watch status, last status, we're looking for, like, I guess if last status is string, if last status string is equal to unwatched, break block unwatched, yeah, not unwatched, I guess. If this is not the case, then we are freaking out, I guess, is more likely to be the problem. If this is not unwatched, we're like, like return error unknown watch status, I guess. Otherwise it's an object. If then we check the key here. So here we're looking at object get watched. I see. So if this is null, okay, there we go. And then we can break block true and break block false here. Something like that. That guy's right that search thing is just control R. Else return error unknown watch status. This has to get cleaned up. This is fucking ugly as fuck, but I think it works. I think so. All right. So it looks like we got to the end of this thing now. And so now we can say, can we do this? Maybe do this. If show watched, show already watched. Else marking show as watched. Let me think for a second. No, I like it the way it was. Just here we need to log. Okay, cool. And I don't. Okay, so the timer should be armed, so we should be seeing spams of show already watched, which is really good here, right? Then, can we then mark it as unwatched here? So this thinks we're watching Stranger Things season 4 episode 1. I mark this as unwatched. Then we should come in here, and he's not spamming anymore. But if I go over here, and then I refresh here, oh, it's not actually setting it. But we now are in the case where it would try. So now all we have to do is do like a HTTP put here. Which surely is doable. Surely. Right, surely we do some sort of something like this. So we probably have a client. We are not reading from this thing. Is there like a put on here? Request, I guess, here. So it's probably put on this thing. Capital. And the URI is this thing. And our options are what? I don't know what yet. Fetch with method? Does fetch have method on here? Oh, he does. Nice. Nice. Good call. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so method is put here. But then we need to put a body on this thing somehow, right? So probably in fetch options, there's some body. Payload, probably. Yeah, payload. So here we take, I guess it's more like, payload comes in here as an any type. And we JSON serialize that thing. This thing is like void now. And then we here do like const payload is to JSON stringify. Value, probably? Value alloc, nice. Okay. And then how do I free this thing? I guess it's just a alloc free payload. That'll do. Pig, that'll do. That will do, pig, that will do. Payload string here, probably. Bang, bang, boom. Bang, bang, boom. And then here, I think our watch status change. We can just check, right? Request. Oof. They might want more than just us setting the watch status. Oh, we have to set the watch status with a date. I just don't care right now, man. We're so close, but like also, I guess we can, right? Because we never have to set as unwatched, which makes this a lot easier, right? That actually does make this a lot easier. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on what the TV tracker is expecting. What is he expecting? Put show. TV show update. ID. Oh. Oh no, that's a show update. Episode update? We're looking for put episode. Which is looking for put episode request. Oh fuck, it's just ID and watch status. That's perfect. Perfect. Beautiful. That makes this really easy. Easy, easy, easy. So what is the fucking URL? Episodes with the episode ID, which means that we need the episode ID here. Okay. Something like this. So then all I have to do in here is, I don't know, is stood format alloc print this fucking URL with episode ID. Which we need to put somewhere. Okay. Then what are we doing after? We put with the URL the payload. So it was just literally just wait. Why do I have to put the ID twice? Oh, is it the show ID? Hold on. What does he want? Episode put episode? He wants an episode ID. Oh, but this isn't from the body. Oh, wait, the only thing in the body that needs to be there is the watch status. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, look at us. That's a good API. So I think we can just do this, right? I guess. Oh, fuck, we need the date. I forgot. Okay, for now, I'm gonna hack it. But I'll fix this later. You know, get current date properly. And we also have to preserve previous playthroughs. Which actually in this case, we kind of need to do this. Because there are multiple playthroughs of Stranger Things. But that's okay. I think in my first playthrough I didn't watch season 4. I think. Yeah, so we should do unwatched here. Is more correct. More correct. And we'll see if he gets mad. There's like a good chance he gets mad at this, but that's fine. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, something like this. I assume that this is gonna be fucking broken as shit, but global allocator. Good night. Not gonna be. Oh, URL needs a little try on him. Okay, surely this is fucking busted, right? So we refresh over here. This guy's unplayed. I go over here. And we segfault. Perfect. Did it at least work? No, of course not. Okay. Dude, segfault is crazy. That's actually like quite the surprise. In fetch. So this is an HT put. What was he looking at? He was trying to do discard remaining. On response reader. Wow, that's a surprising. Does that because this fetch needs a response writer or something? I wonder. Yeah, that's an impressive segfault. Because that looks like it's not at all related to my code, right? Because this is in... hold on. Fetch 1815. Yeah, he's literally segfaulting in this. Which is related to the response. Yeah, I mean, this is like not at all related to me. Which is impressive. Unless I'm doing something like really dumb, stupid, dumb. But I don't think I am. I don't see how I could be doing something that stupid in here. Seems unlikely. Seems unlikely to me. So I think that there's might be a bug in the standard library. I'm not sure. Very unsure, but really feels like I shouldn't be doing anything that bad. Man. Dun. Can we at least see what we serialized here? Can we at least see what we serialized here? Sending this. Okay. So we do send this, which to me looks like the right thing to send, right? That does look correct to me. And now he is in... Why is he segfaulting? At this line. What a confusing seg fault. Because it seems okay to me. Did I copy the interface somehow? I don't see how. Like I'm just calling fetch here. Right? Like, I don't understand how I could be doing something that stupid. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not like we're like... And then it's also kind of weird that... Okay, let's just set the response writer just to see if that, like, does anything. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't, but it could. You know, it could. So let's just see if that changes anything, because that's where they're crashing, is like trying to write the response somewhere. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's something to do with that. Something to do with that. Probably just a bug. Probably just a bug in the Zig version I have installed right now. Okay. And then why is this failing? Body writer buffer. Like, because now we should be getting some sort of response from my server. Who knows if it's doing the right thing, but... Response? Maybe he doesn't give us, like, a nice response. He might not. No server logs? Yeah, there probably are. Yeah, so we do get no response here. Can we... I'll look at the server logs. Hold on. Let me look. Missing field ID. It's pretty promising. Pretty promising. Let's try that. Let's try that. Oh, let's fucking go, dude. Let's go! So I set this to false, and then it should, like, immediately unset itself. Oh, no, because he thinks he already knows he set it. So I have to actually reopen the video for it to refetch. But now... Let's fucking go, baby! Look at that! That wasn't too bad! That wasn't too bad! I mean, it was almost 3 hours, so 2 hours, 48 minutes. But in that time, we managed to write a VLC plugin that just diagnoses what show he's watching based off of the title, extracts the season and episode, which we think somehow VLC is doing some magic there to do something similar, so we should probably look into that a little bit. We then pull the watch status from my TV tracker and update it if the watch status is over 90%. And that's not bad. That's not bad at all. There's only some cleanup to be done here. Lots of cleanup to be done here. But I would say that's a success. So that brings us to 3:30. I think that means we call it here for today. And I think VLC just using the metadata in the file. Well, no, because there is no metadata in the file that indicates that it's Stranger Things because the video is actually Big Buck Bunny. Right? We just called it Stranger Things, SO4 EO1, and like VLC figured it out. So it's doing something smarter under the hood that we might be able to hook into. But anyways, yeah, we called there. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you saw, we stream most days. We aim for 12:30 Pacific time to 4 o'clock Pacific time. It is 3:30 now. We are doing Advent of Code. We are doing this VLC plugin. We are doing a Wayland compositor. All of these things are still active. So we will probably be back on Advent of Code. Maybe we do a double feature tomorrow. Maybe we're stuck because maybe we're stuck a day behind because maybe they're harder now. How with the barcode scanner? No, that's done. Done. We're not working on that anymore. We'll probably get back on the Wayland Compositor probably after Advent of Code ends, which is in like I think around 5 days or something. Yeah. Thanks for watching. You can support on Patreon, YouTube members, or on Twitch. And in return, you get access to VODs that we don't post. Like, for example, the last 2 happy hours, we were working on trying to figure out how to do this VLC plugin without actually doing it. Yeah. Thanks for watching. YouTube, peace out. Twitch is Raid.